Hello there.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to this night's version of the Friday Night Frenzy. As always, I am Nick Gibson, and with me is the legendary, the founder of the league himself, Jared from Comics League.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
That was such a fantastic intro with Obi-Wan. I can't believe we've never done that before.
I guess you could say it was
nice. Nice.
I clicked it twice. It was so good. So basically, I think let's just kind of just dive in the reason we're here.
Alrighty.
So earlier today, I unveiled the thing that I've kind of been working on in the shadows here for a little bit. Screecher.
By the way, I was special enough that I knew about this like the first week I knew you.
Yeah, it's kind of been an open secret among my friends. Like it's something that's really good. So basically, I'm just gonna kind of give like a rundown of what Screecher is, and then I'm gonna show off what we got so far. And trust me, it's some good stuff. But before I begin, shout out to Lenore. She's the one who did that art. She did like an amazing.
Oh, that looks dope.
Oh yes. So good.
Of course.
So basically, Screecher. I call her the A2 Avenger, which A2 stands for Ann Arbor, Michigan. For those who don't know, that's obviously a city in Michigan. It's where the University of Michigan is. So people who kick the Buckeyes' butt every year, or at least that's what happens in my fantasy, And so with Screecher, let me kind of just get to the character designs. I think I think you'll enjoy that. So this is Screecher. Her real name is Avery Fletcher. Avery is kind of short for aviary, and then Fletcher I got from like fletching, with the bows. I kind of wanted a bird themed name, and so basically you have with her costume is very owl based. It's kind of a combination of Batman, Moon Knight, and with Dove from Titans. And then here's an alternate color outfit kind of showing you kind of what could have been. This one was kind of more inspired by like Batgirl's kind of colors.
Mm-hmm.
But like some people said they kind of didn't work, so I changed it. And
oh, so you're telling me she was gonna have a killing joke? I had to.
Fuck off.
Sorry, you set me up. And then
I love the clips.
My moments of brilliance. So yes. So glad you could make it, RH. Happy to have you here. Now, basically, as far as like the inspirations, I was very much kind of inspired, looks-wise, by a mixture of like Tomb Raider, and in addition, like this beautiful woman who she played Lara Croft in the recent Tomb Raider movie.
Fantastic, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's actually really good. And then you might have also seen her in like Ex Machina, and also the criminally underrated Man from U.N.C.L.E., which she co-stars in with Henry Cavill.
Oh, interesting.
By the way, have you seen The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Oh, of course I have.
I love that movie so much.
Me too. It's such a great. It's a really good spy movie. And when you realize there are so many movies that I watched growing up that I didn't know were based on comic books.
And then the hood design, obviously, I took from Assassin's Creed, like the most epic hood ever.
Of course.
So let's kind of show off the other people who characterize this world. So basically, the thing with Avery is based on her life-changing event. She had a life-changing event where, when she was a child, 7 years prior to the start of the story, her dad was taken away for a crime he didn't commit. Okay? And do you want to feel old? This event happened in 2012.
Oh, wow. That seems like really far off.
So she was 12 years old. the story takes place in 2019, where she herself is a 19-year-old young woman, and she lived in Dexter, Michigan, which is like kind of like a suburb of Ann Arbor. And then after this whole thing, her mother, who was the head of the engineering department at U of M, they moved to New York, where she got a job at Cambridge, and she lived there for 7 years. And then basically at the beginning of the story, she took a train ride back to Michigan. So this is Harrison. So all of the art that you've seen here is done by Turned Samurai artist Brian Q. And then the previous colors were done by Ardent Black. These flats were done by me. That's why they suck. So Harrison Fletcher. Also, you can kind of tell with the names, some of the stuff I'm referencing, especially once I get into the next characters. So what's a good hero without a good villain? So for the villain, we have a woman who, as soon as I do this, you guys are instantly going to recognize it, especially people the Fandom Menace. I pretty much just gave it away.
That's fantastic.
So Kathleen Johnson, who, it's pretty obvious. Like it's what's really funny is I wasn't trying to do like Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson. My thinking was Kathleen Kennedy, president. Like, what's the next president after Kennedy? Is Johnson. It was only later that I realized, holy crap! I just made the reference is even worse than I thought.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and so Kathleen has a lackey, and this one's going to be even more obvious.
I wonder who that could be.
I mean, like, so I base this off of George's look from the 1970s. That's and also it's like Lucas, obviously, and then the Stevens. I mean, come on, like.
It would be great if you named someone blank Anderson, so you can go Mr. Anderson.
I might have to do that. And so with Avery, she kind of has like an Alfred type character in the form of Scotty, who is Scottish. His real name is Alistair. I kind of modeled him after the Brigadier from Doctor Who. That was kind of my main source of inspiration for this character and whatnot. So yep, and then so as far as the art is concerned, let me this is the first page. This one's this is like a flashback, kind of detailing like, the kind of stuff that happened, so this book will be in color, like I said, and then here's page 2. This is what actually more like the books will be doing. Hey, D-Rhino, how you doing? I'm just showing off Screecher. Yeah, so these are being done by Gamoji up on Twitter. I'll probably have like an interview with him at some point, probably bring him on. I asked Brian if he wanted to do an interview, but he politely declined, so that's not going to happen. Like, he's kind of like a South American. His English is not the best. I get it. So right now, 4 of the pages are colored, and this is page 4. Like he's actually visiting him, the Jackson State Penitentiary. Like anybody who's from Michigan will kind of get what they're saying, and then you kind of see, welcome to Michigan there. So This does take place in Michigan, so like people with that. So 4 pages are colored, and then as far as inks go, 10 pages are inked. So this is page 10 inked. Like you guys are getting like some really behind the scenes scoop here. Like I'm just laying it all out here. So Brian, he's working on stuff. He's doing a really good job. I'm not really gonna like describe it because like it's kind of like, like you can kind of get some stuff from it, but like And then as far as pencils, let's see here. We're up to page 15 pencils. So yeah. So the book itself will be 22 pages. And so, yeah, as you can see, I'm actually pretty far along with it and whatnot. So, yeah, this is page 15. And, yeah. And then, this is kind of where I dumped all of my art reference. As far as, like, the coloring, basically my inspiration was like the 90s and 2000s Batman stuff. Like, it actually, honestly, as far as the book in general, I'm trying to make this kind of like an homage to that era of Batman, like the Chuck Dixon stuff and whatnot. So yeah.
And it seemed like a little bit of inspiration of Black Canaries, particularly based on her name, Screecher.
Yeah. So how that works is her power set is let me just kind of get a good picture where
Is she more of a tech-based thing, or is she actually a metahuman?
She is completely tech-based.
Okay.
So basically, her power set is the suit kind of gives her some certain abilities, like she has like enhanced hearing. She has flight capabilities, kind of think Batman Beyond, like the way Batman Beyond flies. And then on this wrist, she has like a grappling hook. Actually, I think the better way is actually have a page where, let's see here, pencils. Nope. Here we go. Yeah. So this is a page where I explain it all. Okay. So there's the back of it. And so, like, she has like a grappling hook. Her fingers can kind of go like Black Panther style claws. And then on the other wrist, she kind of has like a dial that you can choose between 3 different things. There's a flashlight, a laser mic, like kind of hear stuff from a distance. And then the last one is like a sonic cannon, kind of like a canary cry. That's where the Screecher part comes in.
That
and
works.
the other cool thing, her boots actually become talons, which can do a couple different things. Which can actually like latch onto things, but also she can kind of do this maneuver where she kind of goes in like a bird. Actually,
let me ask you this: are you going to have a scene because she can latch onto things where she's hanging upside down like Batman?
Probably at some point. Let's see here. Yeah, like this. Basically, this is actually the reference I kind of use. I mean, yeah, it's just poor rabbit. Sorry. Yeah, and it's like I've gone through like a bunch of different things. Like let me kind of just show you some alternate stuff. Like this was an alternate color that I had done. Like it was good, but it really wasn't really what I was kind of trying to look for. It's just I kind of want it like what I really like about. About Go's art is he's pretty much doing exactly what I wanted, which is like the very good shading and whatnot. Let's see here. Yeah. And then here's some views of like the logo. This is like the badge I have. I might change it at some point. It's kind of a little bit basic. A lot of people have said like. And
that badge would make a pretty good patch.
Yeah, like for my approach to creating logos is I want something that you could put out as a tattoo.
Yeah,
like that thing would be like a patch. Like what do you guys think, chat? Yeah, a sticker would also work great. So basically my plans is. Obviously, I got to do wave 2 of the book. So obviously, there's that. Also, congratulations to Pixel for winning the contest. He he posted that like pretty quickly, honestly. So basically, the plan is I'm gonna have everything for Turn Samurai done before I launch the sign up page. That is the line in the sand I'm drawing. And I'm saying this here so you guys can clip it. And if I break the promise, you can call me out on it. I'm that confident. And so my hope is that I'm going to launch a pre-launch page mid-August. Yeah, like this and then I'm going to be launching the campaign in October. So there's going to be a month and a half of signups, doing obviously a lot of interviews in September. I'm going to launch on Indiegogo in October, probably the first or second week, It's be going for a month, and then as far as how much I'm going to go for, it'll probably be a little bit over $1,000, because obviously it's going to cost more to print because it's in color, and then I'm going to be doing fulfillment through Critical Blast. and so I'm gonna make sure that like I get the shipping. So it'll probably be like between 12, 13, maybe 1400, nothing more than 15. I'm sure of that. So that's kind of my plans for that. And then Turned Samurai is going to be launching next spring. I actually have big plans for next year. I'm actually going to be doing 3 books next year. I did 2 books this year. I'm going to do 3 books next year. In the spring, I just want to see what this year. The brilliant star that shines in the night. Neostar. I love that. I love that thing. That is really nice. But yeah, so yeah, I'm doing Screecher. I'm doing Turned Samurai issue 3 in the spring. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained right now. I got like multiple things kind of going on in my head. I'll be doing Screecher issue 2 in the summer, and then Turned Samurai issue 3 in the fall. It's going pretty good, Neostar. I unveiled Screecher today, so I'm kind of just throwing the lid and kind of just putting all my cards on the table and just kind of showing everything off to people. I'm feeling the love today. Yeah, so basically, there will be 4 issues in the first volume of Screecher, and then there's designed to be 5 in the first volume of Turned Samurai, and then yeah, I know. I think I kind of gave you a few peeks of it, but yeah, it's all public now, so I can stop telling people, don't talk about it. Now I'm like, please talk about it. Please talk about it. Yeah, I'm hoping when the Indiegogo launches, everyone will be like,
it will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
That is so good. Well, I'll be ordering it for sure.
I'll buy that for $1. Or actually, it won't be $1, but
if it gets big, we could do some statues.
That would be cool, and I know some people who do really good statues, so I'm always open to it. Like, I got such a good feeling about this, to be honest. Like, obviously the people I show it to, they really like it. I remember I was at a con like in February, and I was actually like, so Screecher's actually been in the mix for a while. I wrote all 4 scripts. By the way, all 4 scripts are done. They just need editing. So like the scripts themselves, the first drafts are done. I had it all done in December of last year. So that's how, and so Screecher's kind of been in the mix for a while. And then, I talked to people about it at cons, and they seem to really like it. So and then
and here's the thing. Here's why it's actually good that you're coming out, that you're announcing this now. And I had this thought because Eric July, a Young Ripper, announced his comic book universe too. Now, what I'm saying is that a lot of people are unsatisfied with Marvel and DC for superhero comics. So all of a sudden, you announcing all this, you're like, here's an alternative.
Exactly. And so like the big impetus for doing a second comic book is, so Turned Samurai is doing good. That's not an issue. The problem is, and not really a problem, more of just an issue, a complication, if you will, is it's a mature audience's comic, which people have been responding, and thank you for that. It's just I've had so many people at cons tell me like, hey, we love your book, but we're buying for our daughter, our son, and we can't buy it because it's mature audiences, which, fair enough. I fully understand. I fully get it. That's just being a good parent. So Screecher is kind of designed to fill that gap. So if Turned Samurai is a 17+ book, Screecher is designed to be a 13+ book.
So in other words, Screecher is more aligned with like Marvel and DC in terms of they're applicable to all ages.
Yeah, like I'm trying to go for like like you're kind of as far as like content, as far as like the age rating of the content, basically a standard Marvel or DC book is what I'm shooting for. So like there's some violence, but not too much. Not too much. I'm trying to, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. And then so that way I can get more people and whatnot. And yeah, it's coming along really good. So Also, some other stuff I can announce is Luke Stone from Luke Stone Studios, the guy who did Hybrids. He's agreed to do a alternative cover. What alternative cover, you might ask? So let me remove my screen for a moment while I pull it up. I mean, you guys would definitely know what it is once you see it, but it's yeah. Let's see here. What you been up to, Jared?
I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, and that was I give it a solid 5 out of 10 because there were parts that I enjoyed, but it was too much of a comedy for a Thor book. I mean, Thor movie.
Yeah, and we'll be talking a lot about Thor. Next.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, we got our second customer.
And
Jared being the first.
It'll be on Indie Wednesday.
So this is going to be what the alternate cover is going to be based on.
That's such a fantastic idea, by the way.
Oh, also, Screecher is going to be instead of it's going to be carrying Kathleen.
Mm-hmm.
The villain, instead of the guy, it's because like I feel like Screecher, like all her her abilities would work really good for this kind of cover.
And it would be hilarious if in the background you have a billboard that says "Coming to a theater near you, Fandom Menace." Just really hammer in that.
I want to sell my comics.
Okay. Yeah. But that's such a great idea based on the clear inspiration this character has for Batman to have an alternate cover that's the first Batman comic.
And also, it's an iconic cover, and I feel like Screecher with her abilities could really kind of do this cover really well.
Mm-hmm.
So the main cover, he hasn't confirmed yet. Honestly, Neostar, I don't blame you.
Honestly, ever since Endgame, it's been like, oh, geez.
Oh, we got our third customer. Oh,
hey, it's working. It's working.
It's working. Okay.
And obviously, you can promote it to my channel as well.
And obviously, the Phoenix Press will be promoting it, on this channel. I have to. I have to. I have to. I was not expecting that. I thought
it was just giving me the "it's working" thing. Oh man!
All right, everyone. Chill. All right, everyone.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was.
That is such such a.
When that happened, I was just like.
Whoa.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh. That's a little bit of a personal view right there, but I mean nothing really bad was shown, but whatever. So what do you think about like Taika Waititi? Like he leans over to Natalie Portman and be like, "Hey, what do you think? Do you want to be in Star Wars?" Like, can you imagine how awkward that was? Like,
I saw that and I was like, "What?"
Also, D-Rhino, yes, I am having way too many clips. Way too
well.
Of course.
But it's like I'm like, you're directing a Star Wars movie and you don't know that Natalie Portman was a pretty prominent character in 3 of those Star Wars movies. Yeah, that's true.
It's like she's literally Darth Vader's mother. She she was in more Star Wars films than Hayden Christensen.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the first all 3 of them. Like it would be one thing. It would be one thing if you would have said to Keira Knightley, like, "Hey, you want to be in Star Wars?" Like, okay, she played Sabe in the first movie. Not that many people know that. Yeah, Keira
I
Knightley
didn't know
was
that until
was
today.
So, like, that would be understandable, you know,
Mhm.
like that would be understandable, you know, if you said that to Keira Knightley, you know, because that's kind of like a trivia thing. She was a body double and whatnot, you know.
Yeah, but it's like this is who Disney is hiring to shepherd their universe forward.
Now, I thought Thor Ragnarok was I liked it. I actually liked it.
It was good if
Because
you ignore the Thor part. Here's what I mean by that. Because Thor in the comics is that they basically turned Thor into a PG Deadpool. And they can't do that because that's not who Thor is.
see, the thing is, Thor's really been done dirty by the MCU. Like, they really ignore him a lot. Like, he has no character development in between his first movie and Ragnarok. Like, he has next to no character development in his own second movie. He has no character development in Age of Ultron. To be fair, not many people do. I mean, that
Age of Ultron, what would you expect?
You know, and then
not even in Ragnarok does he really have character development. Besides, I don't need my hammer anymore. I'm a lightning god. Then I'm gonna forget about that in Avengers: Infinity War and get trounced by what is it? By Thanos.
Also, D. Rhino correctly pointed out that I made a mistake. She's Padme.
Oh yeah, she's not Darth Vader's mother.
She's not Anakin's mother. That opens up a whole new kind of Oedipus complex.
Oh
there.
no, dude.
Mommy milkers. Okay. We just.
That's like that's like Ms. Marvel having sex with her own son.
All right, everyone. Chill.
For those of you that don't know, in Avengers 200, Carol Danvers, aka at the time Ms. Marvel, but Captain Marvel, had sex with her own son.
Oh my.
Yes. I'm sorry. That was just perfect. That was perfect.
They don't care about fans or canon. No, they do not. They really don't. And we're approaching a point where it doesn't look like Kevin Feige and the MCU do either.
Like, see, here's what I don't get. So in my opinion, Kenobi's a trash fire.
There were some good parts in it, but yeah, exactly. That's why when everyone's when Marvel was promoting Captain Marvel as like their Wonder Woman, I'm like, have you looked at her comic book history? She brought the zombie virus from Marvel Zombies to Earth, and she killed Tony Stark. Yeah, right. She's really Wonder Woman.
I mean, I always thought Marvel was trying to position Carol Danvers as their version of Superman. Because if you think about it, she does have a very Superman-esque power set. But I feel like they were trying to position her as, except she's not Superman because Superman's actually likable.
But the issue with that is that, see, when the MCU happened, when Wonder Woman came out, the movie, they didn't have any female superheroes to make a movie out of because they sold off the rights to all their famous of all the famous female superheroes. They couldn't do Fantastic.
Wait, are you talking about Marvel or DC?
I'm talking about Marvel, but this was started by the Wonder Woman movie being successful. When the Wonder Woman movie was successful, Marvel figured out, I want the real Ms. Marvel, though not diverse Ms. Marvel. True, but the show is actually.
I'm trying to do my best Magneto pose. I want the real Ms. Marvel. No, I said the real Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, but. Perfection. Yeah, exactly. But the issue is that so they wanted to have a Wonder Woman-like character, but they couldn't do She-Hulk because Universal has the rights to anything Hulk. They couldn't do. Why
don't they do a Black Widow movie? They had her in there. She was a fan favorite. Like, this is what boggles my mind.
The problem with that is that they did it, and when they did a Black Widow movie, they did it too late, so no one cares about Black Widow.
And they had, like, literally, that movie should have come out when it was
after Civil War. Yeah, all new, all different. I'm like, wait a second. You did this in the comics and it didn't work. I do love how it seems to me that we seem to be getting a repeat of the failure of the all new, all different comic line, except this time in the movies, because these movies aren't what they used to be.
And really the problem is like, I watched this and I kind of watched this video where like they try to, like hand wave it, like, Like, oh, it's okay that Phase 4, this is a rebuilding phase, and they compared it to Phase 1. I'm sorry, but Phase 1 had a through line right from the start. The freaking cosmic cubes. The cosmic cubes were the through line.
And wait,
and
at the post-credit scene for Iron Man, Tony Stark says, I'm here to talk about the Avenger Initiative. So you knew there was something bigger going on.
And then when you had the Hulk, when Tony Stark appeared and he said, put in together a team, like, there was a marching order. Like, you knew where you were going. And that's why Avengers was so successful.
And here's the thing. DC is having that same issue because the problem with what they did is that the
problem is they hired Brian Michael Bendis. That's the problem.
I'm talking about the movies, but that is a problem. But very much so, the issue that they came out with, because Man of Steel came out and it was for the most part popular, so they told Zack Snyder, okay, we need an Avengers movie now. So he's like, okay, so he did BVS, and then we all know what happened with Justice League.
I mean, honestly, if DC had just done the Phase 1 thing where they did all the movies and like they could have, like, Justice League still could have come out. Justice League probably would have come out in like 2019, 2020. Let's be honest.
And they didn't really need to do a movie for every one of the leaguers. All you need is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Done.
Yeah. Flash movie, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, but the other but Justice League, if they were releasing the Snyder Cut, did provide a lot of inspiration. Yes, they also did. They were like, okay, so wait a second. Shang-Chi is like this big revolution of cinema. It's just a kung fu movie.
Okay.
It was
martial
good.
arts.
It was
to
good.
Be fair, the martial arts was actually pretty decent. But here's the thing. I'm a person who was raised on Yan Wu Ping, the films like Iron Monkey, obviously Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Bruce Lee, like all these great martial arts movies from Asia. The people who created the form. Like, honestly, it almost feels like Shang-Chi's cultural appropriation. Yeah, I just said it.
Well, it is, but it's kind of funny. China banned the movie, and Chinese people hate the movie because, like, okay, so of course, a movie with Asian people, they have to all know kung fu. So I'm like, at this point, Marvel's being more racist than Comicsgate is.
Well, Comicsgate isn't really racist.
It's not racist, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I don't have the clip here, but let's see here. All right, let's see. This is gonna get so copyright claim, but I don't care.
Ironic.
Who's the real racist? Who's the real racist? The main corporations.
To quote Obi-Wan from Episode 4, who's the real fool? The fool or the fool who follows them?
You become the very thing you swore to destroy. It's the corporations that say
only a Sith feels an absolute.
We're doing all this for diversity and to raise people up.
Of course.
But we're going to do it in the most stereotypical way possible.
Jared.exe has shut down. It's just you're kind of froze there. You had like the perfect face, like what the fuck?
Okay. I say the Pitbig's mistake was trying to start the DC universe with a fusion of Superman. Okay, that's a criticism of BVS that I will accept. That yes, it was got to see at the very most that in their big movie that's supposed to introduce the Justice League, they combined two other storylines, Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, just honestly, Doomsday just jumping in at the last minute was kind of stupid.
What they could have done is done a Batman movie that is the Dark Knight Returns, just except without Superman. Just leave it at that. Then do that portion of it in the BVS, because when you look at the animated movie for Dark Knight Returns, that's split in two movies. The first part is him coming out of retirement. The second part is him fighting Superman. They could have done that.
Mm-hmm. And part 2 could have been Dark Knight Returns, Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, that would have been a better title too. And then you could have had,
or even do like part 1. Dark Knight. Or actually, what I would have done is I wouldn't call it Dark Knight Returns, because that would have like confused people. They thought it might have been like a Christopher Nolan film. I would have done Legends of the Dark Knight.
That's good. Yeah, They should have never killed Zod. They do it in every single continuity, in every single medium. So that's not anything new. Like anytime Zod shows up.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have General Zod and Loki. Who kneels?
That's a good question. I would say.
If I'm at a convention,
I would say it would be Zod, because here's why. Loki impersonates Ra, the sun god that all Kryptonians worship. He impersonates their sun god, and then Zod kneels to the sun god.
You win.
There you go. There you go.
Curse you and your superior logic.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start. What's sad is that everyone blames Zack Snyder for going to Justice League, but I'm like, you do realize that wasn't his choice. He did his best he could introducing the characters in such a short time because Warner Brothers gave him no time.
Honestly, if I can be honest, if they had HBO Max back then and they did Justice League as like a 6-part, like an 8-hour movie kind of stuff, like
what they do with the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, like basically do the Snyder Cut, but make it like instead of a 4-hour movie. Because I mean, come on, if WB tells Zack Snyder, okay, we want you to do an 8-hour Justice League miniseries on HBO Max. He's like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. If they were still the Snyderverse,
I guarantee you, he could do an 8-hour movie.
Yeah, that's why I say if they restore the Snyderverse, put it on HBO Max. As much as I want to see his movies in theaters, put on HBO Max because you don't have to worry about ratings. You don't have to worry at all about time limit. That's why we had a 4-hour cut of Justice League, which I've seen 9 times.
I mean, if the Netflix model has proven like, so we're just gonna drop. You want to watch an 8-hour movie? No. Okay, we're gonna put eight episodes of this miniseries. 8 episodes. Each episode's an hour long. Put all one. Yeah, I'm gonna binge the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. I do love. Did you see James Cameron's recent remarks about Avatar being 3 hours long? He's like, I don't want to hear about the length of my movie when you have people that binge like 5 hours.
In all fairness, I think he's got a point.
He's got a point. Yeah, I'm like, nowadays the whole "it's too long" argument doesn't apply.
Yeah, like seriously, Dune was 3 hours long and it still did well.
Such a fantastic movie.
I am so excited for Dune Part 2.
Oh yes, I love
Blade Runner 2049 was like what 3 hours long.
I had no exposure to Dune previously, so when I watched this movie, I was going in blind. I was enthralled.
Denis Villeneuve, I'm kind of butchering it right.
Mm-hmm.
D. Rhino.
And the Batman,
yeah.
3 hours long, and people love that movie.
Yeah, actually, I like it a lot too. I think.
Oh yeah, me too. It's like one of my favorite Batman movies.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Snow. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's crazy. So what do you think of Jesse Eisenberg as Luthor? I actually like him. Like,
it's a very specific version of Lex Luthor that they're adapting. That's what people keep forgetting.
Like they're obviously he's obviously a combination. He's Lex Luthor. He's basically Lex Luthor if Luthor was a combination of Mark Zuckerberg and Max Landis.
Kind of, yeah.
Because Jesse Eisenberg did say part of his inspiration was Max Landis, which knowing what Max Landis has done, Lex Luthor.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing: people don't realize. I think it's like Superman Birthright or something like that. That's the Lex Luthor he was doing. The more like exaggerated Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
just no one knows this because no one really reads that much of the comics. The bad guy would have been a more convincing Lex Luthor.
Cross, the guy who played Cross. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. Like honestly, yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking of it now. I'm kind of envisioning.
I could see him as Lex Luthor actually.
Yeah, I actually think he could do a really good.
Or Obadiah Stane.
Tony, wait, I gotta do this. Bruce Wayne built this in a cave full of scraps.
Literally. That's so good.
Okay, so I could just like you do know that the Batman equivalent of Obadiah Stane is Harley Earl.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Rutger Hauer, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I just Rucker Howard. Oh, because Rucker Howard played Harley Earl in Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, like the dude. Sorry, it's just I'm a big like Jeff Bridges fan, so it's like
I'm a big fan of his from Tron.
I fight for the users.
Yeah, there you go.
So what do you think about all the Tron 3 news? Like, apparently, like I feel like Jared Leto wouldn't post that stuff if there wasn't like some movement on it.
I didn't even know that there was talk of making a Tron 3.
So apparently, I guess there's like a Tron 3 where it's going to be a Jared Leto vehicle or whatnot.
So he's going to be the main character?
I mean, that's the last we've heard of it. But here's the thing you got to realize. There's two things that make Tron 3 more likely now. One, Tron Legacy has cult status now.
I love that movie.
It's a cult classic now. Like, people actually look upon it very fondly. Like, it's actually well loved. You know what I'm saying? And even the animated series, which got criminally cut off by Disney, I will never forgive you.
And it had a game. It was actually a pretty fun game.
I own it. I actually have it for PS3, so
it was fun. And yes, I did see Iron Man Armored Adventures. That was actually pretty fun. I like that show.
So there's another big thing. So like how they did Top Gun Maverick and it's like doing really well. Guess the director of it. Guess what he also directed?
What?
Tron Legacy.
Eh.
So now you have the guy who directed Tron Legacy just did $1 billion movie with Tom Cruise that like you never thought that movie would have done as well as it did. He suddenly has a lot more clout now. So if he wanted to push forward with a Tron 3, he could.
And I swear, when Leto shows up in the movie, at one point he has to say it's Morbin time. Just as a joke.
Fuck off, Lord.
I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of that clip. I can just tell.
A lot of animated Disney shows got tragically cut short. That is true.
Oh yeah. Like all the I never really got to check out much of the Yasverse myself, but I know like the Yasverse has like a huge fan base.
Oh my gosh, yes. Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, otherwise known as one of the shows that has the best animated theme ever.
Batman Beyond's calling. They're saying,
"Fuck off, Lord."
That's gonna be. You're gonna have a stream where it's just that going on in a stream.
I can see it being like one of the catchphrases, like "fuck up, Bard, fuck up, Bard." but yeah. So here's the thing about like. So obviously you have the director, and the thing is, yeah, it's been 10 years, but like Olivia Wilde, she still looks, like she could still play Cora. And I'm sure the guy who played Sam Flynn could probably still play Sam. I mean, even if you want to do a time skip, you want to say there's a time skip, and then you could bring back like Bruce Boxster probably would come back, the guy, and then if you want to bring back Jeff Bridges for whatever reason, you could probably find out a reason to have him come back, Even though that wouldn't make a lot of sense because Clue died. Who cares? You got Jeff Bridges back.
That's true. And
somehow,
it is Hollywood.
Wait, I gotta do this. Somehow Kevin Flynn returned.
Oh, jeez. No.
I need to download that clip. That.
You need that clip. Somehow this happened.
Yes.
What you should do, by the way, is whenever we do an Ezra Miller topic, yes, exactly. You should clip a part of your video that says, "Where's Ezra Miller?"
Well, the thing is, I have that thing I did, but I have a feeling like every time I play that clip, I get copyright struck.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying not to get copyright struck. I'm trying not to. Like, I'll see how these clips go. Like, this is also kind of an experiment. Like, seeing how I do all these clips, see if I get dinged. We'll kind of see what happens.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What was your opinion of the Avengers Assembled show, where they basically brought in the Squadron Supreme, a.k.a. Marvel's Justice League?
I haven't seen it. Like a lot of like the late 90s through 2000s era cartoon, I didn't really check out. So
check it out, because what's cool about it is that as the MCU progressed, they changed the costumes of the characters to reflect the MCU.
Oh well, that's just good marketing, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't J.K. Simmons voice Jameson in one of the shows?
I think so. One of them.
Oh, so obviously you know that J.K. Simmons does a lot of voice acting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know he also he was Tenzin in Legend of Korra, right?
I didn't watch Legends of Korra.
Okay, this is gonna get me copyright struck. But I have to do this. Let's see. Let's here. Okay. Okay. So this is gonna get me copyright struck, but it's so fucking funny. Okay.
Katara agreed with me that I should come. She said my destiny is in Republic City.
Then why the fuck didn't you say so? As long as it takes until one of you faggots can play in time. Head of the Upper West Side himself. What are you looking for? There's no pot of gold down there. In the seat, really? That's been your fucking problem the whole time, the seat height. So now you have it, right? When did you become a fucking expert on what I can or cannot do, you fucking weepy willow shit sack? I will stop being so polite. Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you. I can still fucking see you, mini-me. Fucking time! Pick it up! Faster! You are a worthless, friendless, faggot-lipped little piece of shit who is now weeping and slobbering all over my drum set like a fucking 9-year-old girl.
I can't.
Korra!
I will fuck you like a pig.
So for context, okay, those audio clips are from the movie Whiplash, which is actually a really good movie where J.K. Simmons is a band instructor and a really brutal one. By the way, Miles Teller is also in that movie. You know, Mr. Fantastic, and also Rusa from Top Gun Maverick. Also, Supergirl's in that movie. You know, it's actually a really good movie. I actually really recommend that movie, especially if you're like a band geek or like a music nerd. It's really good. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just like we were talking about J.K. Simmons, and I remember that, and it's just so freaking funny.
Was so good. Oh, jeez.
Also, I agree. Neo Star, you know,
he was a fantastic James Gordon.
Oh yeah, criminally underrated. I'm sad. I hope he comes back for more of that stuff. You know,
he's going to be in Batgirl.
Can I just say I feel like Jeremy Irons was an amazing Alfred.
Oh yes.
Like we have not Michael I obviously I feel like Jeremy Irons' Alfred was ripped straight out of the animated series.
Yeah,
like he had the sass. Like,
he had the sarcasm. Like when he showed up and you have a date, Miss Prince. It's about time someone here did. I'm like, oh yes, this is so great.
It's so like I feel like there's like but I do feel like what's his name? The guy who played Gollum.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, I think he did a really good job as Alfred in the Batman. Like for like that version of the movie, I think Andy Serkis is like a really underrated actor. Like honestly, his legacy is mocap, obviously. But like as an actor, I think he's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen The Prestige?
No, I haven't.
It's a film about magicians. You know, it's got Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman as like rival magicians.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Christopher Nolan film, by the way.
Of course,
and
it
it's
is.
like, and Michael Caine's in it. Also, there's someone they picked the perfect person.
Is that the one with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, I just said Hugh Jackman's in it.
Yeah.
Wait, Neostar, you don't know?
You're getting a Blue Beetle movie. What are you talking about?
Okay, he doesn't know. I'm looking it up right now. He doesn't know. Oh my god, I'm gonna blow his mind. Yep, that'll do. You're getting a Blue Beetle movie!
Yeah, baby! It's gonna be Jaime Reyes.
Yep. And it's gonna star Zolo from Karate Kai, which honestly, he is a perfect person to play Jaime. Like seriously. Yeah. So you're getting a Blue Beetle movie, Neostar. You're getting it. Oh. that kind of blew some wind out of my sails.
He was setting you up just so we could take away that sense of excitement from you.
I guess you could say he giveth, and then he taketh away.
Oh, he wants a trilogy. Yeah, they're not giving Blue Beetle a trilogy, particularly in the age of Zaslav. He's not giving Blue Beetle a trilogy.
Well, here's the thing: if Blue Beetle does well, which from what I've seen so far, they're doing like okay, I gotta bring it back up. That costume looks amazing.
Dope.
Like, that is everything we wanted from a comic book Blue Beetle costume. You know? Like, seriously. That is, like, comic accurate. It is everything. So it's like, if
That's
this
true,
movie does good...
But here's the thing. But Zaslav has indicated that DC has underused their most famous characters, and Blue Beetle is in no way DC's most famous character.
Yeah, but money talks. Like, if this movie does $1 billion, they're gonna do a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I'm a big Cobra Kai fan, and so like knowing one of my favorite people, and honestly, Zolo, I feel like he's perfect for Jaime. Like acting wise, I think he's perfect. So that and like knowing like okay, they picked the right actor for the job. You know. Yeah. Where was I before the Blue Beetle stuff?
I think you were talking about J.K. Simmons.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, like we're talking about Andy Serkis. I'm sorry.
Andy Serkis is Alfred, and how he was actually a really good Alfred.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I know. Okay. All right. So this is a clip from The Prestige. I already know I'm getting copyright struck, so you know. You just watch this and see the person who plays Nikola Tesla.
So, this is the great Denton. Mr. Ellie has refused about your acting on any number of occasions.
David fucking Bowie! They got David Bowie to play Nikola Tesla. Like, seriously, that is perfect casting. Oh, Plastic Man. Wow, that's a deep
That's
cut.
one you don't hear every day.
But yeah, they got David Bowie to play, like, which let's just say that is perfect casting.
That is.
Like, what are some of your old favorite movies that like no one talks about nowadays?
Well, Titan AE.
Oh my god, I knew we were friends.
Lost in Space, the '90s version.
Oh my god, that doesn't get the respect it deserves.
No, it does not. Oh my gosh, is that a great movie? The older Thunderbirds movie. With Bill Paxton.
Oh, okay. I was never really into Thunderbirds, so that kind of flew under my radar. Honestly, the 2005 Fantastic Four movie, I think, is a good Fantastic Four movie. I think they really nailed the first one. The second one's okay. But the first one, I think they
Except for
really
Galactus.
nailed down. They really nailed down the family aspect of it. Like, I think Chris Evans was amazing as Johnny Storm. Michael Chiklis was an amazing thing. And even the guy that got to play Reed Richards, I think, was good for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, I think she did okay. But I think she was more stunt casting. Like, Jessica Alba was hot at the time, and not just talking about her acting career.
They did put her in a bra and panties in the movie.
Oh, fun fact about that. So that scene wasn't originally in the movie.
Oh,
when they nailed it, when they cast her, they added that scene in the movie specifically because they had casted Jessica Alba.
Wow.
Like, how fucked up is that?
Wow. I will never forgive Fantastic Four 2 for what they did to Galactus. Turned him into a cloud.
It makes a little bit of sense. Like, you can understand their thought process. Like, they wanted to keep it open for future interpretations, which I understand the thought.
Then don't
process.
use Galactus.
That is true. Like, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it was a good decision, but I understand the thought process that got them there. Like, I understand the logic. Like, the thought process. Like, I get why they wanted to do it. I understand. Oh my god.
Cloud. I'm glad.
Sorry, he earned it.
That was fantastic.
But like, I understand why. But like, yes, it's just bad. But yeah, Titan AE is so good. I want to do a live action version of that. Like,
that is such
an
underrated movie.
I would cast the guy who played Kale. I'd cast him as Corso because he's old enough to play Corso now.
That would be the biggest like switcheroo.
I mean, honestly, acting wise, he could probably play Corso.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, have you ever seen Mystery Men?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen Mystery Men?
No.
Oh my god! If you're like, is this the first time you're hearing of such a movie?
Yes.
Oh my god. Let's see here. Okay, this one will do.
All right, state your name and power.
Actually, that one has like.
Hello. I would like a double burger with the large fries. Do you boys want something?
Is that Ben Stiller?
Yes.
We think you did something bad to Captain Amazing. We would like you to tell us where he is.
Captain who? This name does not ring any bells with me.
I don't like your tone, Frankenpuss. And do yourself a favor, don't punch my clock, because I'm a Pantera's box you do not want to open.
It is Pandora.
Please don't correct me.
You guys never learn, do you?
Apparently we don't. Ass.
I know you.
By the way, that's Eddie Izzard.
My father.
Sal. Carmine.
Carmine. The bowler.
Yep.
Your baby bowler.
Is that a problem?
Hello.
I'm the guy that gave your daddy the shaft.
This is the last time I'm going to ask you. Where is Captain Amazing?
And a Diet Pepsi with a little bit of ice.
Is this a parody on superhero movies?
Hey, stop!
Well, it came out in 1999, so there's really not much to parody.
Yeah.
I believe in my powers.
I believe in my powers.
I believe
Gosh.
in the powers of my teammates.
Practicing. That's group hug. I need a thimble. Anybody?
This film is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, can we talk about how great Titan AE is?
Oh my god, yes.
Particularly, like, I liked how it mixed, like, 2D animation with 3D animation, like, really well. trying to see Dredge.
I love how like this opening scene, like there's so much like this is a ship they use eventually, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sam, now.
I love the shot, by the way.
Yeah.
Godspeed, Sam Tucker.
Again, I
Also,
love how they have.
Robert-
I love how they have 2D guys on a 3D ship.
Bring me down.
Yeah, I love the shot.
Dredge's fingers are attacking the escape vehicle.
The film is so good. Like, how do we defeat powerful entities made of energy? With energy!
With more energy.
I just gotta say, like that ending where it's like we're out of power. We need juice. Like, wait, what about the dredge? They're full of like, and that is such a perfect way to do it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I also love.
It's such a no you. Like, oh, you wanted to kill humanity? Well, congratulations. You're now the catalyst for its salvation.
I love where they're trying to save Akima from like the slavers, and Preed is pretending to be a slaver, and he's beating Corso.
Wait, what's his name?
Preed, I think, or Creed, or whatever his name is, saving Akima.
I know the scene you're talking about. Oh, okay.
There you go. And the soundtrack in this movie is fantastic.
Oh, sorry.
In or out?
Huh? Oh, in.
Oh, my.
Of course.
I'm sorry.
You had to do that.
It's like in or out, you know, like it's the joke was there. I guess you could be like, that's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Don Bluth. Yes, Don Bluth was so good.
Oh yes.
Akima, everyone's favorite Asian fetish. What are some of your like favorite animated women? Let's kind of start a love story.
Wonder
here.
Woman, number one.
She is quite wonderful.
Yeah, she is exactly.
Also,
of course.
Thank you. My next one is probably. Let's see who else? Black Widow.
Of course.
I was waiting for that.
I knew you were.
And then Akima, obviously.
No shit.
Oh, jeez.
I'm having way too much fun with this.
Probably. What was another really good?
Okay, so Neostar is a man of culture. That is confirmed.
Oh, it's a nice one.
Old lightning legs.
Oh, jeez.
Like, you want to talk about thick thighs save lives? Chun-Li.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Oh my God, the only thing better than Zatanna is Zatanna cosplay.
It means Zatanna, right?
Fuck off, honest.
Hey, she's one of my favorite superheroes, so back off.
Fuck off, honest.
Zatanna, Black Canary. It's gonna be a lot of DC women.
A lot of fishnets.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are some of your favorite like characters that make for really good cosplay? You know,
Catwoman. There you go.
Hello. My inner 5-year-old.
Meow.
See, this is a movie that I found out that I like girls. That's the movie that made me realize that I like girls.
Where she licks Batman's face?
Okay, this is the one that made me realize I like the pussy.
Fuck off, Flood.
You gave that to yourself.
Because I earned it. I deserve that.
Well done, sir. You know,
Also, this cosplayer, she knew exactly.
Sensational She-Hulk. That's good. That's a good one too. Not the
Ooh!
one.
Ooh, this is an animated series one. Nice.
Nice. All right, here's a fantastic animated movie that doesn't get talked about enough: The Iron Giant.
I'd say it's kind of been talked about more recently.
Recently,
you know, especially with it, like its appearances in Ready Player One, and apparently it's going to appear in other things. Ooh, animated 90s.
I got it.
She-Hulk.
Ms. Martian from Young Justice.
Oh yes. She's kind of more in the cute category, like, you know.
Now when she's older in the older seasons.
But still, like with that skirt and whatnot, like she's actually really cute. For me, Starfire.
Oh, of course, Starfire. Are you kidding me?
Like, you know,
hello, Megan. You need that as a clip for when you want to say duh.
Yeah. Like look at that, you know.
There you go.
That's really good. That's really good.
That's really good.
Oh.
Yeah, and Neostar is right. When you think about it, Iron Giant is a Superman movie. It's a sleeper Superman movie.
I mean, they literally have him wear the Superman S at one point. So
yeah, and he does the flight pose.
Yeah.
How about Raven?
I bet also Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
You know Vin Diesel voiced. Also, I really like this picture. It's just kind of cute.
What about Raven?
I'm sorry, but like he's actually, like, you know,
he's not bad.
Like for live action Raven, I think he's really good.
I really like Titans.
I did too, honestly.
Except for how long it took Robin to become Nightwing.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. And so as far as like the Tamaranian in the room, I'm just gonna kind of stake my claim. Okay, Starfire being played by a black actress, I don't really care because Starfire's not white, she's not black, she's fucking orange. Okay, really, my problem was the god awful outfits they put her in season 1.
Yeah, and the fact
like
that
the hair and like the way they had her hair light up when she did that was really stupid. Okay, but like if you get past season 1, like they put her in more common sense outfits, and like, okay, you know, she's played by a black actor, she's not orange, but like I feel
she went orange when she used her powers, though.
And plus, honestly, character-wise, I think she does a good Starfire. Like she's a little rougher. She does. But she fills the role as the heart, and she is compassionate. Yeah. She does care. I think it's not the Starfire we know. It's not the Starfire we like, but she's still Starfire. That's my opinion.
She's not the Starfire we want, but the Starfire we deserve.
I don't know about that because like they do give all the cringy lines to her. Like they do like she does say like, you know, white privilege and all that kind of BS stuff. You know. I really wish they touched more milestone characters other than Static.
Yeah, that's true because there's
like
a bunch
you
of
want
really
to do a black
characters.
Superman icon. You have an icon. You want a black Superman? Do an icon movie. You want a black female? Rocket.
Yeah, it's actually really simple.
Like seriously, she's a great character. Like she could be kind of like your Tony Stark kind of character. Like, exactly. Oh my god, it's just so stupid. Like I'm actually getting angry right now because like,
that's my problem is that when these comic creators try and say that these characters have never been diverse or something like that, they're clearly wrong because, like, yes, they have been diverse. Guess what? You just haven't used the characters. Like, look at this way. Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart
is more well known as a Green Lantern than Hal Jordan.
Because of that show. Because he got the attention. Jessica Cruz. I will put in that Jessica Cruz is the best example of a new character brought in that's diverse, but also has endured for so long because they made her different.
In regards to Jessica Cruz, my only exposure to her was Justice League versus the Fatal Five, where they kind of did the throwback to like the DC, like the Justice League animated stuff.
Yeah.
I actually really liked it. I liked her backstory.
And they pretty much took that straight from the comics.
They actually gave her some really good character conflict. Like, that's a really good setup for a Green Lantern.
Because guess what? I'm reading her rebirth arc that she got because she and Baz became Green Lantern partners, but she spent so long doubting herself as a Green Lantern because she's constantly afraid, and then she wasn't able to make a construct. Then when she finally made a construct, she goes, you know what? I'm born to be a Green Lantern. She's finally confident enough. Her willpower surges and she becomes a badass.
You know what they call that? Good writing.
Yes, exactly. And she was fantastic.
Setup, payoff.
And here's the thing.
Storytelling, good character writing. Why the fuck are we... I'm sorry. I'm like...
No, it's your show. It's fine. But here's the other issue. It's made by EVS, so they're probably all electing to keep using her. No, she was created by Jeff John, but that's true. But it was EVS and Jeff John.
I think EVS has like a stake in her, so it's like anytime they use Jessica Cruz, they have to give EVS some money.
I love
how when they did Justice League, they gave her enough money to buy a car. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, but anyway, here's the thing about Jessica Cruz and why she's so fantastic, why I love her so much. They made her not just a Latina version of Hal Jordan. They gave her own character arc, her own like struggles. That's what these idiots don't know.
This is what these fucking idiots don't fucking realize is no one really cares about a Latina superhero, gay, whatever. They care about characters, you know? So it's like, let's say you have a character who has all these character traits and just happens to be gay. You know, instead of them dating women, they date dudes. No one cares as long as they're a good character.
You could just say, okay, I have a husband or something like that, or a boyfriend. Fine, cool. But
like, honestly, I think Batwoman is an interesting character when she's not sucking off on peaches.
Yeah, there's
an image for you.
Thank you. The issue with particularly when they represent the LGBTQ community is that when they do that, they always make these characters very, very, very stereotypical.
Like, hey, how you doing?
Exactly.
I'm
like Iceman. And first off, Iceman, they just said out of nowhere he's gay. Despite the fact that he's only dated women.
He's been a ladies' man for what, 50 years now?
And by ladies' man, we literally mean ladies' man.
Bumblebee. Like, seriously, Bumblebee.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. There's all of these fantastic characters. And it's kind of funny. Dan Slott, when he did Mr. Terrific, yes.
I got to pause right there. Yeah. I have the perfect counter argument to how, people won't like someone because they're gay.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, people love Freddie Mercury. And he was as gay as he was as gay as a rainbow.
And wait, comics, Midnighter and Apollo.
The thing that I always keep going back to is, honestly, I feel like the Arrowverse really actually handled gay characters really well. Mr. Terrific,
yeah,
and the Flash, the police chief was gay, you know, and the only way you know is like sometimes he like his husband would be like the nagging wife, you know. They just played all the normal stereotypes. Instead of a man and a woman, it was a man and a man.
Yeah,
you know, like
that's actually very. I never thought I'd be giving the CW a compliment, but yeah, actually, that was better than it is done in the comics. Because let me put it this way: you have like John Kent. Okay, so they made him Superman just so they can have a bisexual Superman. Then they make him act not in any way like a superhero, and they do all of the regular stereotypes.
The one good thing is that protest image birthed a million memes.
Yes.
Like, I actually got to thank them because I got so much joy seeing all those varieties. So actually, I'm happy for that.
Yeah, it's despite he's protesting climate change in a universe where the superheroes could stop climate change like that. But also, my other problem is that in the Pride issue, he wears a rainbow flag as a cape. I'm like, how stereotypical could you get?
I'm sorry. I got nothing. You're right. You know, it's like
This is my problem. These people are creatively bankrupt, and they're hiring activists instead of people that actually like the characters. Now, what's the difference? Because you can be an activist and a writer, but these activists hate this content. They hate comics. They hate superheroes. So they want to change it. They want to change it to what they like, even though what they like is not what everyone else wants.
okay.
It says a lot when people are saying Tom King's version of a character is better.
So Neostar. Admittedly, I don't really have anything to kind of compare to with Mr. Terrific. I'm basing it off of the fact that like he was gay. It's just they kind of just treated it as like whatever. Like being gay was just like a part of his character. Otherwise, they just played him like a normal character. So, but like, what do you like? So I mean, I'll take your word for it, but I don't really have anything to compare it to. That's kind of where I'm coming from.
I mean, he did show up in Justice League versus the Fatal Five.
But like, so if you're really pissed off with Batman and you want an alternative, there's your alternative.
That's fantastic, and that's why people are going to all these different alternatives, like with EVS and you and Young Ripper. That's why Comicsgate is so popular because because not only do you have like a comic creatives that aren't creative, they also bash the fans for not liking their work.
Neostar is way too smart. He's too smart to be left alive. We need to hide him and protect him at all costs.
Yeah, exactly. That's my problem. I get that you want to make a political statement, but you can't make a political statement in a universe where you have characters that could that issue with just a snap of their fingers.
I mean, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, literally.
Mm-hmm.
That's a plot. Is a subplot Superman 4 is he rids the world of nuclear weapons.
And here's the weird thing: I like Tom Taylor's writing when it's Elseworlds. He can't write in continuity stories. He cannot write that.
See, the problem with putting politics in stories is really here's kind of the thing. People really don't mind politics in stories.
X-Men.
It's just you got to make it subtle.
Yeah,
you got to have like that's why X-Men have worked so well. Is because they're an allegory. They're an allegory for oppressed minorities, whether it be
or anyone that's othered at all.
Whether it be gay, black, Jews. It doesn't fucking matter. They're an allegory for whatever needs to be represented. You know,
exactly.
Like for example, in X-Men. Okay, I have to show the scene from X2. You know the
one.
When
they say, "Have you tried not being a mutant?" That's basically gay.
Yeah, that they said it in the commentaries. That is exactly what they were trying to do. You know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Going to X-Men, Stan Lee has said that okay, I wanted the X-Men to like to represent anyone that's oppressed. But if you don't really want to see that, that's fine. You can still have a good comic, and that's the thing. But going back to what you said, here's the other issue. Yes, comics have always been political to a degree, arguably, but they've never treated the side they disagree with as the enemy. Oh, really?
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. I didn't know that. So, like, literally in the description, he says Bobby's coming out to his parents as a mutant.
Basically,
that's. Also, I love how in The Boys, Shawn Ashmore is basically playing Pyro.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. I love that.
Like
a mutant.
Like nowadays, this shit is like so on the nose.
Yeah.
You have to understand.
But you got to realize back then
he was going to a school for the gifted.
Bobby is.
Yes.
We know that.
Like
we just
this stuff is really on the nose now, but now back then it was subtle.
It's just this mutant problem is a little.
What mutant problem?
This is so on the nose.
Yeah.
What exactly are you, Professor?
I love this part.
Logan. Art.
Well, you should see what Bobby can do.
Damn, bro, that's cold.
You can do a lot more than that.
Okay, this part I love it. Gay panic defense. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Ronnie? This is all my fault.
Actually, they discovered that males are the ones who carry the mutant gene and pass it on.
Yeah, I love Pyro being an ass.
Wait.
Oh.
X2 is such a great film.
Yeah, it actually is really good.
Okay.
X2.
Tried not being a mutant?
Yeah, see?
Like, this is I'm gonna say nowadays that scene is actually a bit cringe. Like that scene, that line is so on the nose and it's so like out of context with the movie that it's actually kind of cringe. Like if this came out now, like there would be 15 million YouTube videos. Oh, X2 is woke trash. Laura Shua Donner is, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like,
True.
Right. The problem is being a mutant is an allegory for discriminated groups, not a direct reference. It's not like black mutants were safe from persecution of black community.
Look,
yep.
We have a modern example that happened like last week of them trying representation and failing miserably. That stupid Miles Morales' Thor comic that everyone hated.
I love
hilarious.
That. Like, congratulations! You're so progressive. You loop right back around to being racist.
Dave, the film junkie, had a fantastic analogy. He's like, it's like they're driving, and when they want to prove they're not too racist, they just overcorrect and become racist.
I mean, if you really think about it, progressives are really the true racists because, like, they're like, oh, these minorities, these black people, they're so poor and disfranchised, they can't help themselves. All this really bullshit stuff, you know. Like, oh,
You're telling me they're not capable. There's a word for that, and it starts with an R.
Racist. Like, I don't care. Like, sure, people can be economically disadvantaged, you know, and like you want to say statistically, you know, a certain community is more economically disadvantaged. Yeah, sure, but like that doesn't like. See, my thing is, I'm all for equality of opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm all for giving everyone the same starting point. I mean, you can't really do that. Like, I'm all for giving people the same.
Arguably, you kind of do, because in America, the potential is there for anyone to rise up. I mean, we've had people that go from the lowest of the low to become president.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's like, how many stories have we seen of, like, you know, like that, like what is it? That Will Smith movie, the one where he's like
The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, that one. You know, or the football movie that is subtly low key racist. You know.
Yeah, and
the one that's very much white. Like, I don't really like white savior complex, but that movie is very much kind of like a white savior complex porno.
Yeah, but here's ultimately the
blind
problem with
side,
that also.
about the blind side.
Here's the problem with that ultimately also is that when you're teaching people that they're always going to be oppressed and that there's no point in even trying, what does that do? It doesn't encourage people to try.
You tell them all their life to not try. What are they going to do? Not try.
Yeah. Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah, so equality is not the same thing as equity. Because equity is equality of outcome, and that's really where people have the problem. Is honestly, you ask the average person about equality of opportunity, the average person would say, yeah, sure. You know, but like equity, you know, equality of outcome is really where you kind of start to get like really dicey, and you know, it's like, and that's what a lot of these people are advocating for is equity, equality of outcome, which that's just not sustainable.
It won't work. It's never worked when it's been tried.
You know, there's a big difference between, hey, I got this white writer and this black writer trying out for this book. You know, like they compete on the same playing field. The black person gets it because he's better suited for the job. Mm-hmm. That's equality of outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's equality of opportunity. Sorry. equality of outcome is, hey, we're gonna choose person B over person A simply because they're part of group B, you know. And that's just how I see it anyway. I'm sure but yeah.
Or it's like
not good for any group really.
Yeah. Or it's like when they use equity and equality to justify blatant racism. Like,
hey, Steven, you want to come on the show? You want to come on the show and talk to us? We'd love to have you on. Like, honestly,
sure.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna send it to you on. I'm gonna send you the invite on Facebook. So yeah, look for it there. All right. Yeah. So just right. All right, I just sent you the StreamYard link.
Or it's
on
like
Facebook.
That's and one of the things that I tried a couple months ago was Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America run. I figured, let me try a little bit of it just to see if it's really bad, and let me try it out. Tried it out. Okay, the first arc was actually pretty good because you had Captain America saying, "Okay, how can I call myself Captain America if constantly I'm going up against the United States government?" I'm like, that's a good question. And then he started.
I mean, that's basically what we got with the movies, you know, the Nomad.
Civil War, yeah, exactly. But I love how these companies are owned by staunch liberals, but they keep making conservative arguments. Like,
yeah, it's like
what's the point of the Winter Soldier and Civil War?
It's like kind of use a real world example. It's like, you know, the whole abortion stuff happened, and like, oh, I'm gonna go on a sex trek. I'm gonna like withhold sex until I'm in a committed relationship. I'm just like I'm gonna not have as much, you know, like, congratulations, you're a conservative now.
Yeah, I'm like, so you're telling me that Steve Rogers is talking about the government being able to watch you and government overreach. Guess what group is mostly against that?
Yep. And there's the plot of Civil War right there.
Civil War, exactly. Both the comic and the movie. Like,
the way that I see Captain America is he stands for the idea of America.
Yes.
Like, that's what he represents, the idea of America at its best.
That's
he represents
the good thing.
American values. He in no way represents the government.
Yes.
That's how I see Captain America.
And that's exactly. And that's actually something I want to talk about when I did a Captain America stream, but screw it, we'll talk about it here. What makes
Captain America is like Superman. He represents what we all want to be.
Here's why Captain America, Marvel doesn't understand Captain America. It seems only be in conflict with the government when the writer doesn't like the administration. True. Okay, so here's the thing with Captain America. He's supposed to represent what America could be, not necessarily what America is now. Because if you're saying America is this oppressive place, that's fine. Captain America represents the ideal America.
So you're saying that what we need is a little old-fashioned?
Yes, exactly. Nice pun.
I'm sorry, you set me up for
Superman. And also with Superman, when they changed his motto away from truth, justice, and the American way, okay, the American way is, in other words, a synonym for certain values like justice, equality, like tolerance. It's just honor. A shortened way of honor. Yes, it's a shortened way of saying that. But because it has the word American in it, it's probably, give me a break.
Well, to be fair, a lot of the reason they got rid of that is for foreign markets, you know,
and the copyright.
It's why you stop seeing people like superheroes posing from the American flag. Like I still actually kind of laugh. Like if you watch some of the old Spider-Man movies, sometimes he'll land right in front of American flag for some reason.
America. But
I will say that scene from Spider-Man 1, the "You Mess With All of Us," it's so great.
It came out after 9/11.
Yeah, like that was so great. You do know that like Spider-Man had a cut trailer from the World Trade Center, right?
Yeah, I do.
Also, Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro. The final fight was supposed to take place on the Twin Towers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole category of like 9/11 edits.
Yeah. And here's the thing also, even when you go to like when Bucky Barnes became Captain America, you can take that as, yes, it's not, America's not perfect, but it's always on the path to being good.
Oh dear God, he's cracked the code.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh, yes. So that would mean that those people are dark side. Oh no, dark side's real.
They're apocalyptian.
Yeah. Exactly. It is the apocalypse. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, right?
Wait. So you know what we should do? We should cancel the apocalypse.
That's such a great movie with a great soundtrack.
Oh my god, I love it.
But
Tom Morello did the guitar parts for that, by the way.
Yes, but that's the great part about Captain America, and that's what these idiots at Marvel, like when Christopher Cantwell had Captain America not believe in the American dream anymore. I'm like, what? You clearly don't understand this character.
At that point, he might as well not be Captain America.
Yeah, you had him be the Nomad, at one point in the 90s.
Like if you wanted him to be Nomad and do that, sure. Like
that's fine.
Like you want to do that storyline where he's like so disillusioned by America, he doesn't even believe in the idea of America, and he decides to like hang up his shield and become Nomad. Okay, we got a story there.
And they did that. But and here's the thing: these writers are so uncreative that they want to that they're just copying other people's homework. By the way, in 2016, I swore I would never buy Marvel comics again. Do you know why? That was when Secret Empire happened. They made Captain America a Nazi.
Oh! Don't forget they literally turned MODOK into Trump.
Oh yeah, which
literally like they copied his face.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because okay, fine. But because here's the thing, like you said, Captain America is supposed to represent the whole country and the good that America can have. When you make the symbol of that evil, I start to have a little issue with that.
I do like how in Endgame they did kind of poke fun at the Hail Hydra.
Yeah, because it's stupid. Chris Evans even poked fun at it with the meme of Captain America cutting wood and he just splits the comic book in half.
Like, I do agree. Like, if you're going to have Chris Evans, Captain America say Hail Hydra, they did it the perfect way.
Yeah, they did it in the perfect way. And
I also love, like, the look on Sitwell's face, like, oh, whoa, he's one of us.
Yeah, but that's my thing because because at that point, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of the character. Don't even get me started on what Ta-Nehisi Coates did because at one point, that's when the Captain America started to doubt America, and he's not supposed to do that. Like we said before, he's supposed to represent everything America can be, not necessarily.
Like if he wants to doubt the government, he wants to doubt the government. Sure, like he's been doing that since he's been doing that since the '60s. That's the whole reason Captain America. That's the whole reason Captain America is still relevant. Because is in the '60s because you read a lot if you read a lot of the '60s run where he's talking about Vietnam, like he believes in the people but not the government, and like they kind of made that shift to where instead of representing the government, American government, he represents the American people, which is what really has kept him relevant all these years.
Yeah. And but you never should have him doubt the American dream because the American dream is like living under life, liberty, and
life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, a lot of these Marvel writers constantly talk about what's wrong with America, yet they also want to be considered the ideal face of America's superheroes. Yeah, exactly. They're like, okay, you want to say this is what our country represents, but I thought you hated our country. I'm like, exactly. And Dan Slott, the bane of my existence.
You mean Dan Slob?
Yeah. So when talking about race-bending characters, you know what he said? Well, we have to because otherwise these characters aren't going to get attention. And I'm like, well, they did. They did. Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. Their negative criticism is just loud insecurity. Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, Dan Slob was just saying the quiet part out loud. That's the only reason they do a lot of this shit is they're trying to farm rage bait.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all the reason any of these people do the shit they do is they want to get people angry because that gets people talking and that gets them, press.
And what they don't realize is that guess what? You're sabotaging your own. You're actually driving the customer base away to like Comicsgate, which guess what? That's when. Because let me put it this way. I used to hear all the time, "Oh, Comicsgate's a hate group. Comicsgate's a hate group." Then when you actually listen to what these people say, it's just like, okay, don't hate the customers, and everyone's welcome to enjoy our books, no matter your race, creed, ethnicity, whatever. And I'm like
seriously, if you look at Comicsgate, we actually have a really diverse group of people. I'm not just talking about like skin color. There's gay people, there's trans people, like there's lots of people. And the only thing that matters in Comicsgate is, can you do a good book and can you deliver? As long as you fulfill those criteria, you're welcome in the crowd.
Take care of take care of your fans. Take care of your customers.
Take care of the people who pay your bills.
Exactly. So at that point, because like this way, I've never seen Comicsgate saying if you voted this,
Of course.
It's like, remember Kelly Sue DeConnick, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. And no one did.
And
Not
then-
when I got canceled.
A surprise Pikachu face.
Don't even get me. Whoa. I know. Who would have said, don't buy my book? And guess what? No one bought your book. Or, and here's my other thing. It's because, let me put it this way, Jane Foster is a fantastic character on her own. She's a cool character. And the problem with Jason Aaron is that he, like a freaking idiot, said, oh, Thor's a mantle. It's not really his name. No, it's his name.
Whoever wields this power, whoever wields this hammer, if they shall be deemed worthy, shall have the power of Thor.
It's not like they shall become Thor, the thunder god. No, he would have more of a leg to stand on if the hammer said, whoever he or she may be worthy shall become Thor, the god of thunder.
See, here's the thing. What happens is what happens in Endgame, where Captain America was able to wield Mjolnir. He had the powers of Thor.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens when someone who isn't Thor wields Mjolnir. They have the powers of Thor.
They don't become Thor.
They forget those two letters.
And because here's the thing, and you know what's interesting? I see people all the time on Twitter also saying that it's like it takes Sam Wilson, Captain America. There are people that after Sam Wilson became Captain America, they're saying, I'm now interested in Captain America. Oh, because of his race?
Okay, those are just people who will never buy a book, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is really the problem with like a lot of Marvel and DC. Perfect example, Beta Ray Bill. Like, I mean, we called him Beta Ray Bill Thor, but that was just kind of more of a differentiating thing. That was just more to, so we don't go crazy.
Captain Thor. That would actually be really cool as an Elseworlds book. But
also,
and the thing is, and your story is actually right. Yes, the difference between like making another Green Lantern is because guess what? Green Lantern is like a title of it's like a rank, essentially.
By the way, you know who also wielded Mjolnir?
Yes, and Cap Shield the exact same time.
Also, Wonder Woman has wielded Mjolnir.
And put it down. She didn't even use it in combat. She's like, no, this isn't fair. And then Storm defeated Wonder Woman. I'm still salty about that.
Yeah, like that's like I actually was getting like I remember getting into an argument about that guy, like Wonder Woman versus. Okay, let's kind of talk about that. Wonder Woman versus Thor. Okay, it's Wonder Woman. Okay,
it's Wonder Woman.
Because here's really like power wise, they're at the very least on the same level.
Yeah,
I'd argue Wonder Woman's probably one or two rungs above.
You take off her gauntlets, she becomes much more powerful.
And also, since Wonder Woman is the daughter of Zeus, she's resistant to lightning.
You saw it in the movie when she's fighting Ares and he's throwing lightning bolts at her. She's absorbing it and then just throwing it right back at him.
Like honestly, a better fight would be Captain Marvel versus Wonder Woman. I still think
I still think Wonder Woman would win.
I think it would be really close. I think Captain Marvel, especially going binary form, might have the edge.
But here's the thing: Wonder Woman also has super speed, not Flash speed, but close to it.
That's why I'm saying it's a little bit closer.
It's closer, but I still think Wonder Woman would come out on top because Wonder Woman's also more trained as a warrior since she was a little girl trained by the actual god of war.
And here's the other the fight that I got really upset, like Iron Man versus Green Lantern. Green Lantern all the way, because like here's the thing about Iron Man.
Was that actually an argument?
Yeah. Because Iron Man is at best planetary level. A Green Lantern is on a cosmic scale.
His
Like
ring, anything he can imagine, that ring turns into.
the fight that I actually found interesting is, what if Tony Stark had a kryptonite powered Iron Man suit? I think at that point he might be able to defeat Superman with that.
But he also has to contend with the other members of the Justice League.
Let's say it's just one-on-one.
Well,
a kryptonite powered Iron Man suit, because like I think that could.
Where would he get the kryptonite from?
Let's say Lex Luthor supplies it. Like let's say the dimensions merge and they're fighting for some weird reason, and Lex calls Tony Stark. He calls him into, Tony Stark goes to Metropolis and they have a meeting. He says, "Oh, Superman, here, you're gonna need this." And he's like, "Oh, it's kryptonite." And so basically, Tony Stark takes it back. You give Tony Stark kryptonite, he's gonna find a way to have it power a suit. Okay, he's that. Like, I think we agree on that. And so basically, well, there's that too. Like a kryptonite unibeam, because basically, a kryptonite powered Iron Man is a more powerful Metallo.
But here's the issue, though. And Superman has still defeated Metallo, and I think somebody made a fan animation about that, something like that. But here's the issue too: Superman is also super speed, so
yeah, but
he could still take out...
the kryptonite does even it out, what if because even if he gets near the suit, he starts to be depowered.
But then how does Superman constantly beat Metallo?
I kind of argue that, like, Tony Stark being so smart, and the Iron Man suit would probably be 2 to 3 more powerful than Metallo, would even the playing field. Also, look at Batman v Superman. All it took was kryptonite gas to basically put Batman on the same level.
But
Batman was
Superman,
so close to killing him.
Here's the issue, though. Here's why you can't use that example. That Superman had never fought anyone with kryptonite before. The Superman from the comics fights them all the time. So he knows how to get around that. He visioned from a distance too. Sniper.
I'm gonna say it's possible.
I would say
it's possible.
Superman
I think we can at least agree
so fast.
It's possible.
I think Superman would fly so fast that from Iron Man's rear that Tony does not have time to turn around and uses his kryptonite weapons, to the point where Superman would just punch Iron Man's head off. Yes, my Superman killed.
I still want to say it's possible.
It's possible, not probable.
I kind of put it in a probable, like 4 out of 10.
Now the question is, who would win, Batman or Goku? I think Batman.
Goku.
Batman killed Darkseid.
He probably has those. See, here's the thing: Goku doesn't really have any weaknesses, and also you got to realize there's nothing really that Batman could use to depower Goku. Because Goku wants to fight people at their strongest, so Goku wouldn't even fight Batman to begin with.
Okay, that's an interesting idea.
Also Goku versus Superman. Superman wins.
Superman wins. I was about to say, you better say Superman wins.
There's no contest. There is no contest, because I think Death Battle summed it up perfectly. Goku is a character who is designed to break limits. How can he even have a chance against a character that literally has none?
Yeah, particularly when they're fighting in a planet that has a yellow sun.
Yeah. Hawkman versus Wolverine.
Oh,
I'd say
Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine.
Because Wolverine has the healing factor.
Unless Hawkman had some sort of first off, he's got to have adamantium arrows.
Yeah.
Adamantium. If he had adamantium arrows, then he could wound.
In terms of an adamantium mace, you mean?
Oh, Hawkman. Oh, I thought it was Hawkeye.
No.
Yeah, because honestly, in order to be you gotta kill him faster than his healing factor can save him.
Or just knock off his head and put the head in another location.
I guess it really all depends on is the metal stronger than is metal?
I didn't know Hawkman also has a healing factor.
So the thing about Hawkman's mace is it is made of Iru metal.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the strongest metals in the DC universe.
It's nth metal, right?
Metal. The question is nth metal stronger than adamantium?
That's a good question. But here's the thing also. Hawkman could just throw Wolverine in the sun. That killed him in House of X Powers of 10. That's my issue. Superman would destroy anyone in the Marvel Universe, including Hulk, because he'd just throw him into the sun.
What about Superman versus Sentry?
Ooh, that would be a close fight. I still say Superman, but that would be a close fight.
Superman versus Rogue.
Superman, because here's the thing. He would super speed fast enough to grab her by her shoulders.
Rogue has the Ms. Marvel powers, by the way.
Yes, but here's the thing. Superman could still super speed around, grab her by her arms, and throw her into the sun. He could grab her by her covered area.
But the question is, how, like, all Rogue has to do is touch him and absorb his powers. And that would weaken Superman.
Don't touch him. Frost breath, freeze her, and throw her into the sun. Problem solved.
Well, you got to realize a lot of these these are things that he could do, but they're not going to do them right away. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and also, it's like, yeah. So these are options, but like, I don't know.
But Superman still is trained enough to say, "I'm not going to let the enemy touch me." Around.
I'm trying to.
I will say though, Death Battle had a great argument for why Wonder Woman would be defeated by Rogue, because like Wonder Woman's suit at the time of the recording, it leaves a lot of skin that Rogue can touch.
I gotta.
If you've seen the boy.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Absorb the gamma radiation and bring it back to Bruce Banner. That is true, actually. Or Firestorm.
Yeah. Black Panther versus Batman.
Batman.
I don't know. It'd be pretty close, especially if he had like the vibranium suit.
But
Batman doesn't really have a counter to the vibranium suit.
Yeah, he does. It's called the Justice Buster. It's a suit designed to kill the Justice League.
But I'm pretty sure Black Panther could tear apart that suit with his vibranium claws.
Don't be so sure. Or Batman has the Insider suit, which is smaller, but gives him the powers of the Justice League.
And another thing you got to realize, he doesn't always have these suits on him,
No, but I'm sure he has them in a thing. He's like, because here's the thing. Here's what you have to understand about Batman. If he's going to fight someone.
Neostar raises a good point. Batman
yes, actually, that is an excellent point.
Yes, that is actually. I'll give that much. I'll admit that much. Yeah,
he has beaten Parasite. So, and Parasite is basically the same powers, except Rogue actually has the powers of the person she touches. But yeah, I get that. He would figure out a way.
Yeah. So you're saying there is the way?
This is the way.
Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog versus Flash. I think Death Battle did.
Flash should go back in time and make it so Sonic was never born.
What if it's Supersonic?
Still. Back in time. Still say it.
Okay, Sonic versus Quicksilver.
I got it. Red Hood versus Punisher.
There's a superpower beatdown with that.
Oh, okay.
Superpower beatdown is basically Death Battle but live action.
The one there, so the Death Battle one that I was like really pissed off about was Batman versus Iron Man, because I'm like, okay, Batman would see this dude as it has tech powers. EMP.
I'm sure Batman has like an EMP thing on.
I'm sure because he's fought too many tech guys. I'm like, are you kidding me? That would be over like two. And plus, here's the thing.
But here's the question though. Is Tony Stark's suit resistant to EMP? Because
no, it's been EMP in the MCU all the time.
You would think Tony would kind of countermeasure that, but
beyond that, Batman has created suits to take on like the Justice League again. So that would be his way of leveling the playing field with Iron Man. So leveling the playing field, who's the better hand-to-hand fighter?
Okay. Here's the thing though. Suit versus suit, Iron Man win because Batman can make some good suits, but Tony Stark is literally the guy that makes suits.
Not the Insider suit.
In a cave with a box of scraps!
Here's the thing with the Insider suit. He has the powers of the Justice League.
But there's a Thor Buster suit. There's a Hulk Buster suit.
But he can't use, but Iron Man can't use all those powers at once.
We got to realize Iron Man has similar suits that are on the same level.
Yes, but which one would he use against Batman?
That's also the question because like you got to realize if the scenario is most likely they meet on a street and they start to fight, they both have to call their suits to them, which means take a few minutes, which also means they would be able to choose whatever suit they wanted to.
But here's the thing: take a few minutes. Batman. I still think Batman would win because who's the better hand-to-hand fighter?
Oh, Batman for sure.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Also but you gotta realize Tony Stark is still wearing a suit of armor, so
But wait.
Batman's got to get into it.
Here's another thing Batman has: shock batarangs. He just throws it, it attaches the Iron Man suit, and shocks it.
Oh, yeah,
Well, yeah, because most of the heroes use metal. But I'm just saying, even in the comics, Batman would destroy Iron Man. Case in point,
Yeah.
Why did Captain America and the Winter Soldier beat Iron Man in Civil War?
I would agree, only because Batman is so resourceful. But I really don't think you saying like, oh, Batman has this suit or that suit against literally the guy whose sole gimmick is
ignoring
suits.
the suit. I'm saying if we don't take the suit part into account, Batman.
I'm agreeing with you. Batman would probably take it because Batman is really resourceful.
Yeah.
But if you want to do suit versus suit, Tony's going to win because Tony is literally the suit guy.
Not when you have a suit that gives you the powers of all of your friends that are gods.
I'm sure Tony has a suit that's probably more powerful.
Don't be so sure.
Tony is literally the suit guy. So it's like, Batman is not the suit guy, okay? Like
He's the tech guy. But just has to call Nightwing. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Who has a better ass, Nightwing or Captain America?
Captain America, because it's America's ass.
Damn it! Logic. I got logic.
That's all I have to do. That's the easy one.
Yep. You earned it. You earned it.
Zero prep time. Doesn't matter. Batman has enough stuff in his utility belt to take out Iron Man.
Is that a utility belt or a money belt?
No, because he's got his grappling hook. He pulls Iron Man in, attaches
made a
it,
Batman
shock
and Robin
batarang.
reference.
Done. And then the suit's down. And because the one thing I've learned from the MCU, or like from Marvel Comics in general, we're not even going to talk about the MCU. Iron Man's suit is highly susceptible to being shocked. You shock the suit, you take out the suit, and then it's a hand-to-hand fight, and Batman takes it.
Hey, I have a something that you've never thought of, but once you think about it, you realize how awesome it sounds. Vulcan Jedi. They would literally make the perfect Jedi.
That's true, because they don't do emotions.
No emotions, all logic. Like, they would be the perfect Jedi.
Yeah, and plus the neck pinch.
No Vulcan would ever follow the dark side.
Plus the neck pinch is kind of like a force power. Oh, yes, Batman. I hate that double standard. We can talk Cap and Nightwing's ass, but none of the heroines. Oh, yeah, that's true. Wait, who has a better one? Black Canary or Zatanna?
I'm more of a boob guy, so I'm not really in this conversation.
Oh, of course you are.
Now, if you want to talk about, we'll talk about who has the best set of tits. We can bring in like Power Girl, Rogue.
Easy. Wonder Woman. She was crafted by the gods.
Okay. But if we're gonna talk about like the best set of boobs in fictional media, I have something I need to show you.
Just don't get this knocked off for nudity.
Oh, there's no nudity. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is my argument for who has the best boobs in fictional media.
Oh, wow.
So, Orchid from Killer Instinct. Her boobs are so amazing. Upon seeing them, anyone just drops dead.
True. That's so good.
Those are the best boobs in fictional media.
That's true. I see that.
Wait. Also, I have to. We're talking about butts. I have to.
Okay. You should really make that a clip of Chris Evans going, "That is America's ass."
All right.
She got a great ass.
And you got your head all the way up it. I think of asses. Woman's ass. Something comes out of me.
It's called semen.
In that analogy, whenever we play the Star Wars game, you're the dude talking and I'm the dude in the chair.
I
just.
All right, that's not what I was looking for. There's one that's quite good. Anyway, you know what I'm. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
yeah, 100%. I love how this devolved from he's announcing his new comic to talk about superhero asses.
All right, yeah, we've been going for almost 2 hours. We better wrap this.
It's been a while since I've seen a decent ass in mainstream comics. Thank goodness for indies. Yeah, because they keep. You saw what they did to Carol Danvers. They made her look like a dude.
Nana, the dude, chocolate.
Thank goodness for indies.
So check. This is the newest hero from the Phoenix Press, Screecher. You'll be hearing more about her, and I'm going to be starting up Work in Progress Wednesday, so you start to see more amazing things. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Jared. When will I see you again?
You will see me actually momentarily when we continue our Star Wars journey, and you also see me tomorrow night, probably around 8 p.m. on the Comics League YouTube channel as we talk about Thor as a comic book character.
And I'll be there too.
And just any news that has come across the recent week. And look out tomorrow. I am uploading my review of Thor: Love and Thunder.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
So
as always,
yeah, go ahead.
Wait, there's this one more comment. Yeah, me too. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gonna be good. So this has been Nick Gibson from the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one that should walk through it.